So over here in Warwick on the construction site, and as you can see, the piling has now been done, the ring beam has now been done. So this week's plan is for the drainage and cold water mains to go on. But first of all, I'm just going to highlight over here, Travis spoke last time about the inconsistency in the footings level. And the reason for that is because the pipe over here wouldn't go over the ring beam. So therefore, we've had to lower this part of it down to 225. We also come up with the measurement of 225 is because that will amount to 3 bricks. So it's going to make it life easier for the brickie when he comes in and does his bit. So, but as I said, this week is going to be doing all the drainage, and then the cold water supply over here. We're going to have to tap into it, run it around the outside of the building, and tap it back into over there. So that's the plan for this week, and then I've got Lewis the brickie coming in Monday to start the brickwork to get us up to damp.
We've now had the second lift of scaffolding fitted on the new build project over here in Leamington. The guys have fitted these 4 wind posts this week, and they are focusing now in loading out the scaffolding to build up this rear gable for the back bedroom. The engineer has specified there's 4 wind posts in the back here, and there is also 6 wind posts going in the front. 3 on the ground floor and 3 on the first floor directly above the ones below. We've also had the scaffolders fit a bridge in between that scaffolding and that scaffolding. So when we come to fit the ridge beam, we are going to be able to do it with manpower by splicing it into 3 sections. Each section will weigh about 120 kilos each. So hopefully we can get the beam up from the ground floor, up onto the bridge section. We will put 3 men on each section with 2 doing the joiners, and this will allow us to do it in one morning rather than waiting for a 6 to 12 week delay on a road closure permit and getting a crane lift to get it up in one piece. The reason we've opted to do it this way is because there is a cranked beam going off the main ridge. It goes down, cranked at the same angle, which is 30 degrees of the roof pitch, and then it's going to come straight across here to punch into the top, which will allow us to have a vaulted ceiling all the way across this back bedroom and all the way across the front 2 bedrooms as well. We've got Sam here this week. He is also focusing on the box gutters across this connection here with the neighbour's hipped roof when our gable goes up past it. And there is also a box gutter detail down there where our single storey extension is slightly higher than the hipped roof of the neighbour's extension also.
So I'm over here in Leamington on basement site 2 for the final time. As you can see behind me, I'm standing in the cinema room, which is fully done, big screen behind us, all the surround sound in the ceilings fully up and running, the 2 alcoves with the lights in fully done and happy, the bar is 100% complete, flooring throughout fully done, the toilet, sink and all that fully done, and also the shelving unit for extra storage is all been built, painted and finished. The customer is over the moon. She's just said to us this is exactly how she visioned it being. So the lads have absolutely killed it on this site. They've done exactly what we've asked for and it looks amazing. So that's another great job complete, and on to the next.
over here on the extension site in Warwick. The guys have now finished putting all this underground drainage in, and we have done a temporary connection for his existing setup. What our focus has been on this week is Lewis and his team's been here doing all the damp course build up, and they have put their inner leaf of block work at exactly the right height to meet the bottom of the block and beam. We've got Jamie and Ashley back here tomorrow. They are going to start punching the holes all the way across here in increments of 450, so the beams will just sit in and we'll infill the blocks as we go across. We've got building control here tomorrow to sign off the drainage, so when the block and beam turns up on Thursday, I believe, we can just bang it straight in. A problem that Lewis come up against when he was doing the drainage round this side was, if you can remember, we put this ring beam 225mm lower than this ring beam because of the drainage pipe coming through the property there. But what it did not show on the plans was, on the front elevation up here, there is also a rainwater gully which was not included in the plans. So what we've had to do is, from the inspection chamber just there, put a pipe all the way across underneath. But what we found is there is not enough fall down the whole length of the run. So we're going to set the block and beam up slightly different on that front edge there. We're going to put a beam tight up to the side of the inner leaf, which will allow us to put the lintel up one course higher, and therefore we should have a 65mm fall from front to back. For the rainwater, this should not be a problem. Once Jay and Ash are here tomorrow, they will also punch holes all the way down this side and reduce dig that area there to give it a clear airflow below the block and beam. So when it all turns up on Thursday, we should be able to put heavy team here to bang it all in as a one-day event.
So over here in Stratford on a basement job, and as you can see behind me, right now this building is a 8-bedroom HMO accommodation. Right now we're doing phase 1 of the basement work, which is down here, which is going to be consisting of all the excavation work, all the digging out inside. We will then get a cable flooring put in there. They've asked for the cable flooring to go down to purposely to try and keep as much height as possible. We'll also get the tankers in to do all the tank work, get all that sorted, get a new pump and that put in. We will then take it up to the stud work, finishing off on the light wall with a new window going in. That's phase 1 of the basement work. We are also talking to the customer about the construction job going on over here, which he's asking for the 8-bedroom flats to be turned into 2 separate accommodations. So therefore, I believe they're going to live in one with the basement as part of theirs and rent the other one out. So this could be a good job for us. Looking forward to starting it if we do get it, which I'm pretty confident we will. So let's see how it goes.
So this is how close it is from the new build site, which, if you can remember, was round the corner from the basement site where we did the big excavation, and now from this new build site, walking round the corner, looking up there where you can see the concrete mixer, that is our new basement site that we have open. Dave and Finn are there at the moment. They are doing the concrete pour for the new floor slab. Here we've got the concrete truck, we have got Dave and Finn's pump there, and it should be pumping the screed. I don't know if they've started yet. too. How are you, bud? You alright? So it's the end of another very busy week this week. There has been lots going on as per usual. The planning permission has finally been submitted for the basement job that I was talking about a good couple of months ago now. The one that has the carport that goes up and down in the front garden, which he will use as the entrance to his basement. This job all hinges on getting this carport in his front garden, and because it's in a conservation area, there has been lots of back and forths with planning, but we finally feel we have crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's, so the planning permission has now been submitted. So let's hope that one comes off, as we would love to get involved with it, and it'll be a great project for our portfolio. On another topic, on Shabab's basement dig over in Birmingham, the council are not happy with us at all. We sent them our proposal of the four-way traffic management system, and they completely shut us down. They do not want us to close the road down under any circumstances, and they have asked us to come up with some alternative solutions. So far, what's been brainstormed around is one option would be to get a couple of ro-ro bins up the road in a car park and then transport all the earth round to there. But the only problem there is we would have to drive up either the pathway or the road in dumper trucks, and we don't think the council will go for that option either. The other solution we've come up with is out the front of the shop we're going to be excavating. We are thinking of putting 5 or 6 8-yard skips with a conveyor belt coming up out of the dig. And what will happen is after 6 p.m. at night, the grab lorry will come along and take the grab out of them bins there. We are hoping that if we do it later on after the traffic's died down, this will only cause minimum damage and disruption to the road out the front. Also, we will only have to close down the pathway directly in front of the shop we're working on. On another not so good news, the extension site in Canley, extension site 2, which is on the same road, we have tried getting the compliance certificate from building control, but it has came to light that we have messed up here and fitted a couple of padstones the wrong way round. As you can see, the job is now completely finished with the kitchen in, the quartz worktops, the Antico flooring, and it is fully decorated. So this is a very delicate one. The customer's not very pleased with us, but sometimes these things happen, and he appreciates we've got to get in, get the job done to be able to get him his compliance certificate from building control. And on the final topic this week, which is the last but not least, a very, very exciting opportunity may be coming our way to the basements company. Something has come up with a large, one of the nationals companies, and they have potentially got some large-scale commercial waterproofing work that they would like us to get involved in. But we need to make sure we have all the right credentials in place to be able to take on these large-scale waterproofing works. I'm not going to talk about it too much at the moment, because in case it don't come off, but Rich is working quietly in the background and he is making significant headway. So let's hope this one comes off, because if it does, this will be a complete game changer for the basement company.